want to take pictures. There you go. Yeah. Good job, Gray. Nice and clean. Only smile, 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 smile. Tell everybody what's been going on for the last year and a half of your life. How do you explain it?
I don't know.
Can you explain it?
No.
Did things freaky happen?
Yeah.
Did things come together in ways that were almost impossible?
Yes.
All right. Sunday. Start off with bike ride. Alright, Sunday morning, taking my bike ride. Figure I'll let y'all know a little bit about me and who I am. You know, y'all see my name. You've seen other episodes. I'm gonna have to change the channel up a little bit to kind of match what's going on. But you know, I started drinking when I was 14 years old, and that spun my life like out of control. And I remember when I was a kid before drinking, I was really shy. I grew up with a stutter, so I got teased a lot when I was real young. So I learned to overcome a lot of things. And you know, just the one thing I could never get was the love that I needed out of my family, because, you know, it wasn't their fault. But, you know, my father never said the words, "I love you." You know, I didn't grow up with that coming from my mom either, or my sisters, or anybody. They just didn't say it. You know, I got myself in the habit as I became an adult of at least trying to get my parents to say it. So I always knew that, you know, something was off there. And as a kid, you know, my dad's thing was drinking, you know, and I get it. My parents went through a tragedy. They lost a son. They had horrible mishaps before that. So it's easy to get stuck in that bottle and never come out. I mean, I stuck myself in it just over not getting attention as a kid, you know. My dad, and he still does it to this day, he has a habit of picking on people, I guess, to show his feelings, I guess, you know. He does it to my wife. He picks on her, and I've seen him pick on plenty of people, and I just kind of apologize for it, you know. But Dad, I guess you did your best, you know. But when I lost my mom, right, the only person who's ever really been there for me, and that goes back to my dad. My dad was a guy, if I got in trouble, stay in jail. If I did this, but you know, he's the one that gave me my screwed up mindset. I watched him drink the beer. I watched him come to the baseball games drunk. I watched him make an ass out of himself plenty of times. And then everybody just forget all about it. So what was I taught at a very early age? I can do whatever I want to do. Y'all are going to forget all about it. You know, my dad used to call me lazy because I didn't want to go work on his car out in the garage. He used to get pissed off at me. Pops, I never planned on working on a damn car because I planned on being uber successful. God, I wish you would have saw that in me. I had so much potential, but I shoved it in a bottle for 20-something years thinking that my work ethic and my belief system inside that I am going to be something would outweigh my habit, and I could still gain it all with the lifestyle I was living. And then once the DUI started rolling in, and that third one hit me, when I was with Rachel and Austin was just born, and I had to make the decision to move to Florida. As a family, we made that decision, me and Rachel. And I left because of that DUI. That's when it all began. That's when I really started spiraling out of control. That's when the one thing I loved, right, left my life. And that was my son Austin, when Rachel left to go back up north. So, let's talk about manifesting lifestyles. Back then I was doing it, I didn't even know I was doing it. You know, I manifested a $200,000 life back then. I manifested enough money to beat my charges in New Jersey and go back there and be with my kid. But the only thing I didn't realize is I was manifesting all that. If I would have just changed my behaviors and my actions then, everything in my life would have changed then. But see, I didn't come across this knowledge. It kind of came across me. You know, like I said, at 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to talk about one night where I think my awakening was triggered. And then I know the other event was my mom. And it was her coming to me in a dream, but it was probably my subconscious, you know, that does happen. Basically telling you, yo, it's time. Come on, show everybody what's up. Show everybody what you really got inside of you. Stop showing them a drunk, right? So that's what I did. I woke up, and now keep in mind, me and my wife's relationship is not no perfect situation. She has her own issues that we deal with every day. So I've been through a lot of stuff. So to be able to stay positive every day in my head and just always know everything's going to work out for the best. You know? Boom. It's like a bomb went off in my head. And I invested in Legendary. And that investment took me flying down a rabbit hole of personal development, getting back in shape, being just really nice to everybody. Now, I have to apologize to some people. Harvey Glass, Keith. See, guys, what happened was, as you go through an awakening, the fact that, you know, you feel like people are trying to get over on you, or, you know, they don't appreciate your time as much as you do, it kind of wigs you out. So I'm sorry, guys, I kind of cut you both off. And the old me would have been glad to help you both, trust me. But when that switch got flipped, it was just out of my control, and I didn't know why I was being the way I was being. But for once in my life, I was telling people to go F off. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that because the life I led made me feel like I owed everybody everything. And I honestly felt that way because I was a menace to society. I wasn't a great person. I was running around nightclubs and, you know, just nightclubs. That's what I did I didn't stop that until 37. Then I turned it back into just partying, but I didn't give up partying until I quit that night on my son's birthday. Well, my mom came to me in that dream, and that was that. So, I hope you all follow along because spiritual awakening is pretty serious. I'm not saying I'm going to shoot magic fairy dust out my butt. I'm going to follow the lessons that are in front of me on the internet. Ralph Smart, Ryan Cropper, Teal. Y'all are amazing people. I watch y'all and go, how are they all so equally smart? But then I think about it, and I know why you all are that smart. So, as I'm ripping on my bike right now down this hill, what's my advice to you? today, right? Because I want everybody to get something out of this. If you're still running the old lifestyle, and I remember what it felt like when I was single, you know, running out to the bar every weekend, looking for that girl that you think's going to be your wife. Stop it, that's nonsense. Number one, I met my wife in a bar, and I love her to death, and we were supposed to meet for all the things that we're going through together, but she was a pain in the ass. So it's probably not the ideal place to meet your wife at a bar. Sorry. Well, Eric, where else can I meet my wife? Listen, anywhere. You can approach a woman anywhere on this planet. There's no rules. You walk up to her in a racetrack. You know, you see somebody at church. It doesn't matter, even if they end up being married. So what? You didn't know. You didn't see the ring, right? Whatever. It is what it is. Get out of your skin and live. Get away from alcohol as soon as possible. I don't even care if you're just a weekend warrior. You're still an alcoholic. You just don't know it yet. And you might just still be young at the age where it still all feels so normal. How dare anybody call you an alcoholic, right? That's how I felt. I mean, shit, everybody wanted to be next to me. Everybody wanted to go to the club with me. Everybody wanted to know me. I must be doing the right thing, right? No, I was not doing the right thing. Totally the damn opposite of the right thing. But I'm glad I was a good teacher. You know, guys like Jim Mooney told that kid, stay away from alcohol. See what I'm doing, don't do it. I was never that guy trying to drag people down with me. I knew where I was going. And I knew where I was going to end up. Considering I'm all new to this, I just really don't know what to do besides share my day, right? So today's Sunday. You know, started out the day with, you know, waking up, taking a bike ride. All right, so I feel like I need to offer some value. And I want to be as real as possible. You know, going through this awakening has taught me a lot about who I am, a lot about who I used to be, right? I used to have an ego, only cared what other people thought about me, really didn't care about myself. I was driven what you know, all of what other people's emotions towards me, you know, like getting the girls, or, you know, just being the go-to guy for fun. And, you know, I lived that life for a long time. And then this stupid thing came out, right? And nothing against social media and platforms like that, because I believe that they are being used in a good way. And we'll get into that later on in my series. But if you want to get more happiness out of your life right now, what do you need to do? Stop paying attention to this stupid thing, right? If you're not making money off of this thing, when you're staring at it, if it's not doing something to your life besides getting you attention, don't look at it. Just don't look at it. I don't look at it anymore. Since I started going through my awakening, you just see through everybody's crap. You see what everybody's trying to do, who's trying to get attention, whose alternative motive is this, or this. You start putting all them pieces together, and it literally drives you bonkers. So I just choose not to look at it unless it's to promote me, to promote something I'm doing. That's it. And no offense to anybody on here, I still use it to talk to people. But if I want to talk to you, I'm going to communicate with you. It's another thing about this stupid thing. Don't get into text message fights with your loved ones. I'm going to say that one more time. Because I know in my life, I have probably sent let's try to think about that. How many text messages have you sent arguing with somebody? How many words do you think you typed into this stupid thing? When you could have just went like this, got screamed at for maybe 2 minutes. Or you screamed. Somebody screamed. And then hung up on each other, right? That's where the hell it should end. Couples, don't get into the back and forth text message battle. No one wins. And of course, we all think that we can write like a poet in text messages, and it's going to make all the sense if we write it this way. The only thing that makes sense is stopping, realizing there's just no point in arguing at all. Like there's no really reason to get mad at anything in this world. Nothing is that big of a deal. You should not even bring that emotion to the table, ever. And trust me, me and my wife right now, since realizing what I'm going through, that's being applied, right? I sent her to Walmart last night. My wife has a really hard time understanding budgets and things. And now that this awakening is going on, she thinks that money's just going to fall out of the sky. That might be kind of my fault. I kind of made it sound like it'll get easier, because it is. But it already is easy. That's what she doesn't see. Right now I have the exact life I wanted, right? I don't have to stress my bills. I can get caught up with child support. I can do the things I need to do. I can take care of all my past BS and move on, right? Well, she went to Walmart last night to get some water and a few things and spent $200. This morning she told me about it. Now normally I would have got irate, right? I simply asked for a receipt. I simply asked what the products were, because I just want her to always understand that no matter how much money we have, because it shouldn't be about money, appreciate the things that you're getting, you know? Look back over what you bought and enjoy it for a minute. Don't just buy stuff. It's a problem with us people. We just buy things and buy things and buy things and buy things all the time. So you don't need to do that. But anyway. So, when it comes to this thing, right? Think about how many relationships are ruined every single day because of this stupid device. Pay less time. Like, just pay less attention to it. Spend less time on it. If you have kids, stop sticking this in their hands. We're guilty of it too. In a way, I think they should understand technology, but don't let this be the only stupid thing that they're doing. I get down on my hands and my knees, 43 years old, and I play with my children. I live in the exact moment. And just think, when you were raised, right? If you weren't taught to be distracted, when you got upset, you weren't thrown a toy. Maybe if somebody just showed you love and spent some time with you. Maybe taught you how to live in that moment, right? Kind of grounded you, and that love took you out of that feeling instead of that distraction from what was really bothering you, right? Poison, guys. Poison. Spend time with your kids. Don't stare at this thing. If you're married, your wife, trust me, needs to hear that she's beautiful and you love her. She needs to hear it. And your husband needs to know that you appreciate him, right? It's different for men and women, right? We just want to know that our hard work is validated. Just like women, you want to know that you're validated. Your feelings, your emotions, who you are, it matters, right? Just got to live in a better place inside your mind, a happier place. That's the key to your happiness. But it starts with distractions. Stop being so distracted. Pay attention. Have a great Sunday. This is my episode today. I just want to get on here, kind of talk a little bit about who I am, about what I've been through, and keep molding into that. Everything right now for me is I'm just learning. I'm listening. I'm learning. I'm listening. I'm meditating. I'm listening. I'm going to try astral projection really soon. Just, stay tuned. This is every day. You get to see it every day, what's happening. So I'm going to try to keep the episodes right around 9 or 10 minutes so everybody knows what to expect. And if anybody is suffering from any kind of addiction, or if anybody wants to learn how to take their life from the 9 to 5, jump online and make some money, click the links in the description. It's what I did. I invested in me. Now I spend time with my family at home. I work from a computer. I'm making pretty good money, and things are turning around. So, God bless. Love every one of you. I'm going to finish my bike ride. Austin Joseph Kaiser, I love you. I'm coming.